Hey guys, welcome in. August 31st, last day of August. Let's see what is going on. I want to talk. Oopsie, come back here. Look at what this beautiful crystal. I want to talk today about manifesting. And we talk a lot about being in high vibration. We talk a lot about that thing, but what does that really mean? And, I'm a huge fan of Infinite Waters. I don't know if you guys ever watch him. I think he's freaking fantastic. I just love him. And I love when he talks about, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. And on its face, that could feel a little bit like, what do you mean? I'm fabulous and I'm still attracting all this shit in my life. Like that kind of thing. But that's not what I think he means by that. What I think he means by that is obviously that we're attracting the thing that you want, right? It's like almost like aspirational. And that says that you're not there yet, right? And so if there's other stuff that's, you can wish and hope and do your mantras and everything all you want. But the work is to become in higher vibration so that you attract things in that higher vibration. Okay? So for those of you who are in this ascension process, a lot of things have been happening around here. And for those of you in this ascension process, you're probably noticing that you can't really take heavy foods. I always think to myself, well, in the summertime, I can't really eat heavy anyway. That's true. But my mom's from Chicago, so as you might have guessed, there's a lot of meat and potatoes in that diet growing up. But the vegetarian thing, the lighter thing, the closer it is to the earth, the less processed the food is, the higher vibration it is. So that's why the vegan vegetarian thing has been such a big deal, especially when it comes to the ascension process. It is about putting in your body also things in high vibration, right? And the number one thing I feel like is the hardest thing for people to wrap their head around, especially when you're in low vibration, is the taking of responsibility for being in low vibration. And that always feels like, why am I getting blamed for this, right? There's always that feeling around it. But if you shift your perspective a little bit and be like, you know what? If I'm responsible for attracting things in high vibration, then I'm responsible for attracting things in low vibration. And if you look at it through the lens of what's the lesson here for me, instead of feeling attacked or feeling like I'm to blame and right? Instead of being in that vibration, if you can shift your perspective a little bit and look at it like, okay, well, what's the lesson here? Okay. It's like, it gives you something to sink your teeth into a little bit. It's like, yes. And I forget where I heard this thing about, mindfulness. Okay, Eckhart Tolle, mindfulness. Can I see my book here? Yeah, here it is. This is why I'm now sitting next to my bookcase. I reference a lot of books and then I look away because I'm like, oh, it's over there. Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. He does, I've had this book for a long time, but he, it's kind of dirty, but he talks about acceptance in the moment, right? Acceptance, radical acceptance of this moment. Yes, everything that is in my environment is of my doing, is of my attraction. Yes, right on. Being just in that moment of like, I'm 100% responsible for these people in my life, this stuff that's going on in my life, this debt or this, issue at work or whatever. I am responsible because you can only change yourself. So it's sort of it's sort of pointless to be like, oh, that's their fault. Okay, well, yes, there's zero chance that it's 100% your fault, right? And no one's saying anything is your fault. So that's a very low vibration response. Moving into higher vibration is, I am responsible for my own life. I am responsible for my choices. I am responsible for how I got here. Radical acceptance. And then where do you want to go? And just move yourself into that higher vibration by taking radical acceptance of the stuff that's in your life. Okay, you have a boss who's a total troll, who's a totally, evil being. What are you gonna do about it? You can bitch and complain and kvetch and moan and say that it's their fault. All the while, you go every day because you have bills to pay and you have stuff to do and you have a child to raise and you have things to do. But putting yourself there, that's super low vibration. So taking radical acceptance for what's going on and being like, okay, this is the lesson from this person. What can I learn from what's going on? Okay, I did talk to, I think it was Emily the other day. We were talking about what is it about me that attracts some of these negative people or attracts some of these narcissists or attracts whatever. And I'm like, oh, the smallest wildebeest with hair that smells like strawberries, right? Like that's it. Because even if you're positive and light and good, you still attract those people who want that energy. Okay? So be the smallest wildebeest with hair that smells like strawberries. Shout out to Big Bang Theory. Melissa? Yeah. No. Howard's wife. I forget her name. I haven't seen it in a while. So she is like the smallest wildebeest with hair that smells like strawberries, and they are making fun of her, and she's like, okay, but like, I'm nice, everybody likes me, right? But the boundaries, she's got decent boundaries. She's able to create boundaries for herself. That's the trick, is be in this positive energy and light, and you're going to attract a lot of people. You're going to attract a lot of, hopefully you're going to attract a lot of great people. I am lucky to have attracted a lot of great people. But I also have situations that I need to manage, that I need to take care of, that are my responsibility to, either let someone go in love and light on their journey, or to speak my own boundaries if it's a family member, and really be protective of this energy, right? Because you do the work of getting into high vibration. Your job is to be a lighthouse, right? We talk about lighthouse all the time. That's part of what we're doing here, is being a lighthouse, being a messenger, being a beacon of hope and inspiration. All y'all, okay? Right? 1,000 points of light. That's what that was about. So the key here is to not take umbrage at the idea that, oh my God, I'm responsible for this. But we do not attract what we want. We attract what we are. So move into that higher vibration, move into that space, because that's what you're doing here. That's what we're all doing here. That's what Empress is all about. Hi, Ellie. She jumped up in the window behind the camera. Oh my God. Be in that high vibration. See, she's always around me when I'm doing this. She's always around me. I let her out this morning. Usually I don't see her. Right? So you don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. So let's do a reading for the collective today. Let's do a reading for the collective today. Grounding. And love and light. Grounding. All right, my loves. 8 of Cups. Walking away from that which no longer serves you. It's tough sometimes. It's tough to do. I see you, Ellie. I'm going to have to go get her. I'm going to lay this out first, though. Ellie, get down. All right. Overarching energy of the reading, please. Ace of Wands, inspiration. Inspiration. And here she is, the star of the show. Ellie! Always around. Always around me. Okay, good. I'm very grateful for that. Okay, so this looks like a situation that is going to require you to have a conversation. Okay, so you can't just kitty hair. You can't just bug out. I feel like you're going to have a conversation. I feel like this person's going to come at you. All right, we're talking about divine feminine, divine masculine now. And this looks like a situation where for some of you, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords. This is about thoughts, right? Swords are about thoughts. So someone's thinking, trying to defend, trying to deflect, getting their heart broken here. And the truth is they haven't really made a decision. So Seven of Cups, Two of Pentacles. There's something here about making decisions that's really important. That's what, this is a decisive act. All right, making a decision to walk away, being inspired to go towards something better, to go towards something bigger, to go towards something that's more meaningful for you. And going on your journey. This is a spiritual quest. Okay, that's what Twin Flame's all about. That's what it's all about. Not about the relationship. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say this, but I'm going to have to say it a lot more, I think, because for those of you who are like involved in or on this spiritual path, because it's about relationship and this person is like my twin and everything like that, it's not really the purpose of it. I put up the interview I did with Mel yesterday in the Empress Club. Mel Bland of Gold Ray Twin Flames. I think he's 74 years old. I apologize, Mel, if you're 70, because to me, you're like, young at heart, so it doesn't matter. But he's been with Nicole for 20 years, over 20 years now. And if you think it was easy, you should go look at their story. They have a YouTube channel too. I like Mel a lot. He's an acquired taste. He doesn't take a lot of bullshit. He is not of the opinion, in his experience, the twin flame thing has not been about easy. You got soulmates for that, right? Soulmates, life partners are soulmates. Twins can be life partners. Sometimes they're not, okay? Love is not always easy, right? Love doesn't always come to you in a beautiful package wrapped up with a bow. Love can come to you in a lot of different ways. And it's also in your response, not reaction, response. Don't react, respond. Responding says that you have grounded yourself, you have considered what's going on, and then you speak, or then you respond to what's going on. Reaction? Reaction is emotional. It's usually low vibration. It's not where you want to be. If you're really on this journey, it's not where you want to be. So your masculine here, seeing you walking this path, seeing that you're inspired, seeing that you're doing things that are no longer focused on them, not necessarily focused on them, that could make them afraid, okay? Especially the masculines who are not really conscious of all this work that they're doing or that they need to do, that can make them really afraid. And they can come at you, or they can be just like any other regular person, okay? They can give you a lot of static. So what I'm seeing here is a choice needs to be made. What is it that you truly want? Okay, Seven of Cups, Two of Pentacles. And then once you make that choice, communicating that choice, okay? And then happier, more blissful, more balanced can ensue. All right, world, finishing this weird, not weird, finishing this situation where, well, if he doesn't text me, then I am sure as hell not talking to him, right? All of this stuff. Look at the comments. You can see the difference in people who are in higher vibration, who have made choices, who respond, versus reactionary. Versus, when you see that, yes, what I'm not suggesting here, I want you to get clear on this. I'm not suggesting you stay in a situation that's unhealthy for you. What I am suggesting is that you do things that are healthy for you and taking responsibility for the situation. And then respond. Okay, so is this person being a jerk, whatever? Why are you still in the path of that? Remove yourself from the path of that. Get yourself grounded. Get out, take off your shoes, walk around in the grass for a while. Whatever it needs to be. But you're not responsible for this person's reaction. You're not responsible for this person's fear. Okay? You're not responsible for that. You're merely doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is walking your path. And if that creates fear in them, that's them. You get it? So you don't have to just take responsibility for your own path here. Okay? They might give you a lot of static, right? And there might be some Five of Wands struggle here, Two of Pentacles. There might be some recrimination by you who's like, okay, well, guess what? Like, you haven't made a decision about coming to me. I'm just making my decision because this is what I'm here to do. Okay? Sorry about that, but that's what I'm here to do. And so you got a choice here, masculine. You can come with me and raise your vibration and stop with this behavior, fear-based behavior, low vibration. Right? I've been saying this for a long time, raise your vibration. This person has no choice but to come along. They're your twin. I want to amend that. Being your twin, they will come along in 5D. They will come along spiritually. 3D stuff is not really where it's at. Okay? So you maintain your connection with them spiritually, especially if you're walking the path. You're maintaining that. They're seeing that. They're over. And in fact, the higher vibration you get, if they choose not to, the more problems they're going to have, the more struggle they're going to have. And they need to take responsibility for being in that, sort of blaming you for them being afraid. No. You're walking a path that is good for you. Right? And the reaction in the 3D is not really it. Okay? The reaction in the spiritual connection is not this. Okay? When you can complete this cycle, when you can complete this kind of response, reaction, push me, pull you, what's happening in the 3D is where it's at. When you can remove that, just stop that. Okay? What you see is not what you're getting. The 3D, the stuff that's happening in the 3D is just a manifestation of lower vibration stuff. Okay? So in order to manifest a better 3D experience and ascend into 4D and 5D and 6D and beyond, there has to be a radical acceptance of where you are right now. And that's what you're teaching the twin. All right? That's what you're teaching the twin. Knight of Swords, Five of Wands, Three of Swords here. Four of Wands, King of Pentacles, very grounded stuff, very earthy stuff. Okay? This is earth-based relationship. Okay? There might be some fear on your side that, if I go on my path here and I ascend, then we're not going to have the 3D relationship that I really am wanting. We're not going to have this physical, grounded, getting married experience. And justice is here to show you. Justice is 11. Okay, remember 1111 is the indicator of the twin. So justice is that you must follow your truth. You must follow your truth. And if you're in this ascension process, if you're in this spiritual thing, then your reaction It's not a reaction, it's a response. It's a like, well, you know what? This is right for me. And this is what I'm doing because this is what I'm called to be doing. The more you toil around in what's happening on the earth plane, the less of the spiritual connection, the less the spiritual connection will be within you. The less you'll feel that, the more you want to be this groundedness in terms of relationship. This person wants this relationship with you. They're afraid you're leaving them. They're afraid of that. That should tell you something. But if they're not making a decision, then you're going to get this. So a decision needs to be made. Justice is a decision being made. Two of Pentacles, a decision needs to be made here. Four of Cups, Six of Swords. Yep, look at that. So stop with the, oh, stop with this, right? Because you're spiritually connected, and he'll feel this. He's feeling fear around you moving away from this. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Move away from that low vibration Four of Cups, blah, right? The very not acceptance of love, not right, and into Six of Cups. Move away from that. Six of Swords, Six of Cups. That's beautiful. And you're moving into the Eight of Cups, which is the spiritual transformation of this. Three of Cups, celebration, and another Six of Pentacles, about it being more even. Once this fear can be overcome, the fear of the unknown, the fear of this connection, the fear of this, like, oh, people are going to think I'm weird, or, right, where's this book I got last night that I pulled out? Letting go of the person you used to be. It's not easy. I'm telling you, as somebody who built a life around being director of client service, executive producer of NBC News, not the big NBC News, on a local level, and then a producer at the national level, right? Those are street cred in the 3D world. That's street cred, right? That's something that your family can point to and go, oh, well, she's, you know. And I'm like, really? It's kind of a cruddy job. all apologies to those who are producers of the news. You know what I'm talking about if you're a producer. You know what I'm talking about. So it sounded good. My family thought it was great. And I was just like, the whole time I'm like, really? So, but now this is happy, joyful. I'm also still making TV, right? Like, kind of the same thing, but the content is more in alignment with where I'm going. So this is for you here. This is about being in alignment with the higher purpose, and the divine masculine needs to get over the fear here. The fear that, well, you know, is this going to take me out of my job? What's going to happen to my life? Right? There's all kinds of fear around this, walking this spiritual path. Yes. The fear of it getting blown up. And that fear, Queen of Wands, is passion. There's a lot of passion here. And it's big. All right? The fear that following this passion, Ace of Wands, being very, you got Ace to the Queen here, inspired by the passion they have for you, might screw with their life, might upset this apple cart that they are thinking about and you are also thinking about. What is the new relationship going to look like, right? We still don't know that because it's going to be an individual thing, but it's also going to be more expansive, more freedom than what we have now. That's what we're doing, okay? So actions to take here. Guess what I got? Ten of Cups, Page of Cups. So what you're doing here is you're offering, the action to take is to being in this, right? It's not what you want, it's what you are. So you're moving from Four of Cups into Six of Cups, then into Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups leads you to this, and to be offering a fresh start. the masculine, being in that loving space, being in that very high vibration, and hearing that your masculine's a little afraid, not a little, a lot afraid. And, it's just like, you know where you're going. There is an episode of Law and Order. There's an episode of Law and Order for everything. Okay? I could just be quoting Law and Order all the time. I've kind of stopped watching because I've seen every single one of them multiple times. So there's an episode where there's a woman, young woman, who's like in a gang, who's like, oh, you want to talk low vibration? She kills people. She's done horrible, horrible things her whole life. And it's just been based in fear, right? Super duper gut-wrenching, awful fear. And she is on trial, and there's a death penalty possibility for this person. And, a lot of people find Jesus in jail, and she awoke to the idea, to the awareness of being in fear, and that Jesus, the love of the ascension, the love of the spiritual development is so beautiful. She never wanted to go back. She awoke to it. She probably had a visitation. She probably had someone come, her spirits come to her, and in her sleep or something like that. And she's on the stand and she's just like, you know what? I did all this. Radical acceptance. Yes, I did everything you're saying. Yes. And they're like, don't you want to save yourself by giving a defense? And she's like, why? I did it all. I accept it. I did it. And if this is how you wish to punish me, so be it. But I know where I'm going. I know I have made my peace. I have asked for forgiveness. I have made my peace. I believe she reached out to families and everything like that. And she was just like, go ahead. If you want to kill me, kill me. Doesn't matter. Because the place where I'm going to is so far and away different than the life I've had on this planet. She took acceptance. She took responsibility for where she was. Radical acceptance. And she knew it was going to blow apart her even being alive. And yet she did that. Because she was going toward this place. The place I'm going is beautiful. And that's what I'm suggesting to you, is radical acceptance of where you are. Yeah, that's right. $100,000 in debt. I'm going to fix it. The only way to fix that is to get into a higher vibration to attract the abundance to fix that. Right? So the only way to fix this, the only way to bring together is to get into higher vibration, to get out of this fear, to get out of this, oh my God, to get out of the attachment. We talked a lot about attachment I wasn't sure if it's the September overview or the August 30th. And by the way, shout out to all the wonderful orbs that were, oh my God, could you believe that? It was amazing. So shout out. Thank you. So grateful for that. So being in this place of knowing where you're going, knowing who you are, that you are a child of God, that you are here for a mission, that you're here to do these things, to be out of fear, to remove fear, to radical acceptance of where you are, then you can do something about it. If you're continually blaming other people, continually blaming situations, continually blaming, it's out there then, right? And the only person you can work on is yourself. The only person you can change is yourself. You change and your experience of life changes, especially if you're in this ascension process. You already know this if you're in the ascension process. So, okay. Right? Right. All right, messages to you from the Divine Masculine today. Messages to you here. Lovers. The end of fear. The radical embracing of where we are, where we're going. Committed relationship. The radical acceptance of that. Divine Masculine. Moon. Deep, watery feelings. You got some big ass cards here, my darling. Oh, I got a flipper in here. Nine of Cups. This is air, earth, water, and you got fire up here with the Queen of Wands. They are embracing, spiritually, they are embracing. This is grounded. It's interesting to me. Hierophant, King of Pentacles, Four Wands. It's very grounded energy here, but wanting to manifest the relationship in the physical. Okay? And when we talk about the moon here, there's so much here. Moon, Ten of Cups. There's so much. There's illusion, right? There's illusion on this earth plane. There's deep feelings here. There's passion. There's a wish granted here. And their choice here is to manifest physical reality with you. Ten of Cups, Moon card. Let me get one about that moon. Knight of Cups, right? Wanting to offer love instead of this fear. Instead of Knight of Swords, Three of Swords, they could also be, choosing to break up an old situation. There's some earth-based stuff there. But, okay, thank you. Wow. Here's where we're going. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Really coming together. Wow, what's all this? I got another flipper here. Seven of Pentacles. Reaping the rewards of, remember we talked about the path, and about the path comes from being in the feelings? That's what they're doing right now. Reaping the benefits, reaping the rewards. Hermit. Reaping the guidance. Guidance. Your masculine, you are a guide for the masculine. Your masculine is also a spiritual guide. I feel like a lot of the masculines are rejecting that. They don't feel like they're spiritual. They don't feel that. They're almost like not interested in the spiritual walk that you are taking. That Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups here, I just want to say this. The Eight of Cups is going toward the mountain. That's the journey, going toward the Hermit, for wisdom, for guidance, to expand, to pull oneself out of this physical pain, this earth-based pain that we have experienced, elevating into the spiritual connection. And, it's the straddling of the 3D and the 5D through the 4D. It's a straddling of that kind of expansive behavior or expansive journey. It's very, very important to note that you are going inside and being your own guide. Remember, we talked about this Virgo energy. We're in Virgo energy right now. The Virgo new moon is coming up September 9th, I think. And it really is about an earth, and he's up there on the mountain, right, as a guide. So this is the embodiment, the masculine embodiment of the Empress and becoming a spiritual guide, right? High Priestess, Empress and High Priestess. The Hermit here is really embodying the spiritual energy of the ascended masculine. Moving away from fear. Okay. Wow. All right. This is the Magdalene. This is the Magdalene journey. This is the Magdalene. Let's see. Let me show you. Before I go underneath his love, I'm going to pull that. This is the Magdalene Oracle deck that I picked up in Portland just a few days ago. This is what just shot out at me. Okay. I don't know what order they came in, but what was underneath is love. Yay. What's underneath is love. It's like being in that high vibration. Don't get what you want, you get who you are. So really being in this ascended place is the ticket. The feelings are the ticket. The feelings are the journey. The feelings are the connection. Now, this is what we're getting here. I get Lovers again. So I've got Lovers twice here. This is about a choice. I'll read a little bit from the deck here. I get Lovers again. That came from your masculine. This is now coming from you. Serendipity and the prophet. So the matrix here, this is interesting. Let's see here. The matrix. Here it is. Come here, you. Trying to figure out why certain things happen is like attempting to piece together a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle while only having a few pieces of the puzzle in your possession. You cannot fully understand the present situation using the logic of the finite mind. Just know that a bigger picture exists, even though it is not possible for you to see it at this time. Trust, for all that is happening is an act of love. Ultimately, you will discover the blessing. Have patience. You will look back on this period of your life and be thankful for all that is occurring now. No kidding. The Lovers, really beautiful. Really beautiful cards, aren't they? This is Tony Salerno. Tony Salerno. He did another deck that I really love. It's escaping me right now which one it is. Oh boy. Oh, Ascension. Ascension also came out. We'll read that one too. Okay. The Lovers. Through you, I see what I otherwise cannot see. The reflection of a star, so bright that its light fills heaven. Glimmering creations, floating out to sea. Love and heavenly bodies. Your love forever unfolds, forever illuminates. Through an endless cycles and seasons, God and Goddess dream through us. Amazing. Ascension. The first card in this deck, by the way, is Acceptance. Okay? Ascension. Trying to gain a higher spiritual state of awareness may feel like a long and slow process. Yet remember that a part of you exists always in a higher spiritual state. The higher consciousness is a knowing and wisdom far beyond words or explanation. It is your true nature, the eternal light of your soul. There is no point in trying to reach it, just as there is no point in trying to escape your physical reality. To ascend spiritually is to accept and love your physical reality. Higher consciousness means being fully present in each moment. Stop trying to reach it, and you may just realize you're already there. Wow, that's everything we were talking about. Right? Now, serendipity and the prophet. Serendipity. Where's my serendipity? Over the coming days, pay attention to little synchronicities that stem from unexpected events. A life-changing event or inspiration will soon reveal itself. How about that? Perhaps when you least expect it and in the most unlikely place. Through this event, you gain a deeper awareness of the spiritual reality that surrounds you. This results in a heightened sensitivity, and you realize that you are being spiritually guided towards new and rewarding experiences. A serendipitous event leads you to new creative possibilities and positive opportunities. New friendships are formed, and many blessings come your way. It's beautiful. Finally, the prophet. We're talking about Jesus this morning. A lot of Jesus. The message, let's see here. I think this is the page. The prophet. All unfolds in perfect time, and all you need to know is revealed at the most perfect moment. Be patient and trust, for angelic forces are at work in your life right now. Feel the presence of the goddess within you. Empresses. Ask her to clear your mind so that you may hear her guidance within your heart. The goddess speaks through feelings that stir within you. Feel her pull on your heartstrings as she bathes you in her healing light. This is really beautiful. Come back here. Right? That's really beautiful. You will receive a sudden inspiration when you least expect it, and this will lead to a most positive outcome. Be prepared for a pleasant surprise. This is the entire reading here, because we have surprises, right? Four of Wands is a surprise card. Also inspiration. As you walk this path, it leads to more inspiration, leads to better places, leads to more connections, leads to more people around you, leads to other people leaving you. Yep, it's going to happen. All right, guys, I think that's enough for today. We had Ellie, we had the Magdalene. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.